Variety has put out a list. It's definitely going to be controversial because they listed every Marvel Studios project from worst to best. So in this video, I'm going to blind react to their entire list, starting with the worst to the best. So of course this is their opinion. I'm just going to react to it, see what they got. I'm going to do a little bit of commentary, and we're going to see what happens. So yeah, let's get into that. Their team's opinion. If your opinion does not match up with mine when I say something about it, or theirs, it's okay. Everybody has different opinions. You know, one of my favorite films of all time, The Terminator and Terminator 2. It doesn't have to be yours. I'm not saying that if you don't think this is the greatest film ever, or one of the top 3 greatest films ever, that you're wrong. We're each different. I'm sorry I have to tell this to you guys because some people in the comments just do not understand how opinions work. They think that their opinion is fact and everybody else is wrong. So now, without further ado, let's get into this. So, what are we placing bets on? Secret Invasion is the worst, right? It's gotta be. Let's see what we... Oh! Okay, we're starting off good. We can all agree with this one. There's going to be a contrarian in the comments that's like, no, it's the best one. It's not. But factually, you know, we could argue semantics and quality of the show. I know somebody's going to love this show, but Secret Invasion, 54. There's that many projects? Jesus Christ. It's been like 17 years this franchise has been running. My God. Okay, let's see what we got next. Thor: The Dark World. Wait, hold up. Thor: The Dark World over Love and Thunder? You know, I can get it. I get it. Okay, I get it. Thor: The Dark World, it has a lot of issues. It was clearly trying to compete with like Man of Steel. They figured they were still needing to go dark. It was a weird time for this film. Alan Taylor was screwed over. Patty Jenkins was on it before. It was a rush production. You know what? 53, justified. Oh, this one's tough. Quantumania, man. How are you guys feeling about this one? It does have a lot of problems. It's entertaining, but it has a lot of problems. The biggest problem, I think, is Kang is like, which Avenger are you? I beat all of them. Thousands of them across thousands of multiverses. Ant-Man punches him into submission. It's probably deserving of in the bottom 10. Whoa! What? No! No! Who got into my edible stash? No. Nope. 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 No! Seriously? All right. Oh, they don't give you too much. Oh, I spoiled the next one, I guess, for myself. Okay. There's ambition here, to be sure, but it's a lot of big swings without much connection. Connection to what? Like the MCU? Is that what you're... Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, fine. They say Oscar Isaac is the best part. Agreed. Number 50... I can accept this. I'm good with this. In the bottom 5 easily. Look, I know Jared will come after me. He'll be like, no, this is a great film. 9 out of 10. You just don't get it. It's too big for tiny little brain, okay? I get it. But this film is dog. I can't say it because they're gonna come after me. You can have Nazis out there spreading rhetoric. If I say a swear, it's over. So, you know, here we go. Yeah, just, no. Nope. 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 No. I love this film. I've been a defender of this film since the beginning. People know I like this over Iron Man 1. Always have. I think this film is great. Right now, it gets glazed a little too much, in my opinion, because people want to hate She-Hulk so much. They forget how hated this project was. They're like, no. Incredible Hulk, great film. Top 5 MCU. Let's not go that far, but it's a great film nonetheless. I'll agree with that. It doesn't deserve this spot, though. What's next? What do we got? This one's tough. Iron Man 2, not as good as the first one. Still a good film. It's still good. It does have a lot of issues, though. I remember walking out of the theater and being disappointed. That's what I remember. I remember a couple of my friends there. It's way before this channel or anything started. We were sitting there talking out after the movie. And everybody was like, it's so much better than Iron Man 1. And I was like, why? They're like, whoa, more action, Whiplash, War Machine. I was like, War Machine, yeah. The rest, no, sorry. I don't think it deserves to be this low, but I get it. Echo. Okay, you know what? As much as I actually really like the series, and I really do, I could see why it's here. You can tell they cut out a couple episodes. You could tell it's jumbled together. They cut out some stuff. How they rush to explain her powers and what's going on, it doesn't really stick the landing. So I get this one. I definitely get it. I get why it's there. Yeah, it's not this high on my list. It's in like my bottom 5. Eternals had a lot going for it. And then it hit. And I think the problems are they weren't committed enough to Jack Kirby's vision. They were afraid. Chloe Zhao made a specific film. And that specific film doesn't hit because the villain is non-existent and the threat isn't there. And when you don't have that, even if you have some characters that I genuinely do like, I don't think it hits the landing or sticks the landing. So I get it here. Yeah, what do they say to end this? With some stunning elevated production designs and most inclusive casts Marvel has yet assembled. But Eternals ultimately feels unable to reconcile Zhao's... Yeah, her artistic vision. I agree. Yeah, I don't understand how this film costs so much. It looks so bland and unimaginative, so I get it. Let's see what we got next. I mean, I love Cap. I really like this film, but yeah. Speaking on a technical level, not on a personal preference level, yeah. I see it. I know exactly why this would be there. It is a jumbled mess of 3 reshoots, retrofitting things that don't work, trying to make them fit. It's definitely a choice. Again, I don't think it's the worst film, but it has a lot of issues. So that's fine. I don't agree with this. I think this is like top 20 MCU. Even though it has some of the signs of pandemic problems, they nail the series direction and what they're going for and the relationship and all that. But again, it has a lot of signs of pandemic problems that show themselves. So yeah, okay. This should be in the bottom 5. Nope! No. Age of Ultron is such an unfortunate film because it is strong as a singular thing that's self-contained. Avengers builds all off of Phase 1, okay? Age of Ultron builds off of Age of Ultron. It's a self-contained Avengers film with nothing else surrounding it, and it's great. I get some people don't get Ultron's motivations, which doesn't make sense because it's explained. Hey, I was just born yesterday. The first thing toddlers find out is dinosaurs cool. Rock hit them. Extinction. Ultron's like, well, time to do that again. Again, some people miss that. I get it's a bit of a chop job because they wanted to cut out about 30 to 45 minutes, but it doesn't deserve to be this low. Too low. Way too low. Next. I get it. Again, Phase 1 is problematic. They had ideas. They knew what they were going for. But many times they don't hit those ideas perfectly. And many times they just execute wrong. And I think that's what you saw there. So I get this one. No complaint. I can already see the comments. It's the worst. 100%. That's what people are going to say. For me, this is one of the best. Again, I'm a She-Hulk comic fan. This was the series come to life. It tackles a lot of issues, misogyny and all that. I don't have a problem with this series. But again, She-Hulk fan, so I know on the internet I'm in the minority, but factually, this series got like 5 times the amount of views as Daredevil Born Again. I'm not saying views equal quality, don't misquote me, but people cared more. Does the series have issues? Oh yeah. But the issues are not that it stars a woman. Sorry. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's 100% fine. I love this film. This is my wife's favorite MCU film. I'm not even joking about that. This is her favorite film. Ant-Man and the Wasp and Ant-Man 1 are her 1 and 2. Like I said, everybody has an opinion. It's fine. Ooh. I think this is too low. It needs to be higher. Higher, closer to the front. Again, Fantastic Four fanatic, so I get it. People are going to be like, you're biased. Yeah. Admit. I am. Okay, now that's weird. Black Widow ahead of Fantastic Four? Better? No. Come on, there's some visuals in Black Widow that are like CW level budget. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would look at some of the effects in Black Widow and go, bro, you need another pass at that? So, that's tough. I love Black Widow. It's in my top 15 MCU films, but, that's a personal list, not quality list. So, okay, fine. This one's tough. I know people are still split on Iron Man 3. I personally think it's the best of the trilogy, but I get why people don't. Okay, mid placement, or still, okay, it's not mid because there's 54 total. So, towards the, okay, it's fine. Captain Marvel 34. You know what? That's acceptable. I could agree with that. 33, The Marvels. The Marvels is way better than Captain Marvel. I'm sorry. We're talking leaps and bounds better than Captain Marvel. They should not be close to each other. Captain Marvel as a film, I would give as a film, I would give a 6.5 on a technical level. The Marvels would get a solid 8 on a technical level. Now, the rest of the film, I don't want to talk about that because I don't grade stuff on. I don't grade anything because people get so mad with numbers and letters or whatever, so I don't want to tell you what I would grade it as a film as a whole, but it's way better than Captain Marvel. You know what? Yeah, that's fair. The series has some shortcomings. I think it's great, but it does have shortcomings, which, that's fine. How did my wife know I was just talking about her and Ant-Man? She's literally texting me. Look, it's like she was like, hey, make sure Ant-Man's up next. And sure it is. There it is, 31. I take this. I accept it. It makes sense. This one makes sense. Again, the Ant-Man aren't anybody's favorite besides my wife, so I'll give it to him. Anybody else see that fly by the camera? Somebody called that Zach dude who is a ghost hunter. He's going to see that and be like, Ghost! Ghost! Jacked. Lift some weights. Find some ghosts, bro. Do it. Ironheart. Okay. Confession. As of the recording of this, I still haven't seen it. Sorry. There's just no time. I've been watching other things. It's on my list. I'm sorry. Ricardo reviewed it for us. I know he loves it. I personally haven't seen it yet. Or all of it, I should say. I haven't seen all of it yet. Okay. Doctor Strange got a lot of flack for being just Iron Man. You guys remember when that stupid argument was everywhere? It's just Iron Man again for every Marvel film. Too much flack. I think Iron Man 1 is great, but I get it. This fine. Thunderbolts at 28. It is Variety's list, so I get it. They grade on a different scale and standard. So, yeah, you know what? This is acceptable. How come there's been no Spider-Mans yet, though? Oof. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna be real with you. I get it. I love Daredevil Born Again. It's my favorite Disney Plus Marvel series and my favorite Disney Plus series. But I'm telling you this as a fanboy. If you follow me on some of the links you see up above, you guys have seen I got 4 different Daredevil cosplays. 3 of them are screen accurate with the correct cowl and everything. I'm a Daredevil fanboy. I get it. I get it. So here, it's fine. I know a lot of people are also mixed on it. It's a fine placement, honestly. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So I never finished this, so I'm not going to comment too much on it, but I heard it's great. So when I get around to finishing it, sure. On a personal level, this is in my top 3. But I get why it's here. It's a bit of a mess, especially the third act. I know a lot of people were disappointed and hate it. A lot of people think and say Love and Thunder is better. They came out like technically back to back, if you will. A lot of people just thought this was going to be like a giant multiverse adventure romp with all sorts of cameos, and they were waiting for all these scoopers to be right, and ultimately you didn't get that. And I think a lot of people weighed this film's quality on that, which I think is unfortunate. I love this film, but I also am a Sam Raimi fanboy, so it is what it is. 24, Guardians Volume 3. Okay. I think this is the best Guardians, but I get why some don't. A lot of people I know have not went to a Marvel movie since this film because they said Marvel was promoting animal cruelty, and they were disturbed by this film. So the film hit a nerve and made you care. That's what James Gunn wanted. It's their opinion, fine, but I think this film is a masterpiece. Holiday special, fine. Better than 3? No, but okay. Ooh, Spider-Man. So this was a tough one for me. For those that aren't aware, this is my favorite Spider-Man film of all time. Now, I am biased. Mysterio is my favorite villain of any Spider-Man villain. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was great. I love that Peter Parker is just like, bro, the universe just got restored. I haven't had a teenage life. Can I please, while the Avengers are out there, while everybody's doing something and it's not everything crumbling, can I please just take a break and go live as a teenager for once? And then he realizes, no, because with great power comes great responsibility and danger will be everywhere. I love it. I love this film. I get some people are going to be really mad at me for me stating it's my favorite Spider-Man film and that I love it, but it's my favorite of the MCU films. It's my favorite Spider-Man film, so it is what it is. You take a sip. Usually I don't record straight for 20 minutes, so, voice. Anyways, let's jump down to 21 Hawkeye. Tough one. I don't know what to say. I think this was a really great series, but it definitely has a good amount of issues, so I get why it's here. What do we got at 20? Wakanda Forever. Okay, it's a great film. Namor is great. Letitia was great as Shuri. Everybody in the film is great, but you can tell the loss of Chadwick hit everybody hard. And I think it's reflected in this film. So, okay. First Avenger. This is my favorite MCU film. So, I get it. Ahead of Black Panther, maybe. Look, I love the first Avenger. I think it's a masterpiece for Captain America. It's my favorite Captain America. They got everything right the first go-around. I get the issues. I get the complaints. I get it. It's $150 or $140 million budget for this one. So they had a lot of issues. But to me, this is as good as a Captain America film can get. So, fine. Ooh, Shang-Chi. This is also in my top 5. I'm glad to see it in the top 20. It's a film that feels like a Phase 1 film, for good and for bad. So, I personally love this film. Obviously, he did a great enough job that they gave him the next Spider-Man. So, there's something here that people clearly resonate with and like. And to me, Shang-Chi, he's a character that needs to stay around and be more prominent, and I think he will be going forward. 17, Deadpool and Wolverine. So, personal opinion, I'm about to get crucified. I really like this film. It is entertaining. I saw it 3 times in the theaters. I think it's super entertaining. But I think a lot of this film rides on the extended cameos. And a lot of people are obsessed, and they quote Gambit, and they quote Blade, and they quote everybody else. But nobody talks about a lot of bad CG, a rushed third act, a rushed first act. It has a lot of pacing problems. That's what I'm trying to say. I really like this film. Again, I really do. I think it's getting a little bit too much glaze, if that makes sense. So, still think it's great. I still think Deadpool 1 is the best. This is second best. Deadpool 2 being in far third, but I get why people love this film. And even they say it here, look, F-bombs, jokes, look at all this, 1,000 jokes per minute. They know who the audience was. They clearly are the audience. Fine. Agatha all along at 16. Boy, that's weird. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting some of the series because there's so much because I forgot Agatha all along existed, despite the fact that I like it. I'm going to guess Endgame is number 1. I haven't seen this list. I'm blind reacting, but Endgame's got to be number 1, right? Or No Way Home. Those will be number 1 and 2. I'm guessing No Way Home 2, Endgame number 1. Either way, though, Agatha, it's a good series. Is it this good? I personally don't think so, but hey, again, preference. On a personal list, if I was to rank the MCU based on importance, this is the most important film to me for the entire MCU. This proved every studio that turned Marvel Studios down wrong. It proved everybody wrong. The entire industry. Remember when they said $200 million opening worldwide, 600 total. The film made 200 plus in the United States opening weekend. This film's cultural impact cannot be understated. This film started why people are obsessed with the MCU. And this was the point where people bandwagoned, joined the MCU, became fans. And then when Endgame hit, that was their time and they're out. They weren't long-term Marvel fans. They were fans because everybody was talking about this film. You had to see it. And then they stuck till Endgame. This film's cultural impact should pop it higher. I get they're talking about their preference and quality. I'm talking about something different, but this film is a different class of film. It's not perfect. It has a lot of issues, but for what it did for the industry cannot be understated. Okay, the first Spider-Man entry, Homecoming. You know what? Yeah. This is fine. Top 15. I'm good with that. Oh, Avengers 2.5. I think this is a good film. I think it's the worst Captain America film. Because it's not a Captain America film. I'm sorry. We even know this. Before people get angry at me in the comments, the Russo brothers said, this film exists the way it does, and they got Spider-Man because Batman v Superman was announced, and they were going to go date fight each other. And they said, we can't do Captain America 3 Mad Bomb. Rewrite it. Go talk to Sony. Get Spider-Man at all cost. This film shows that. It's a great film, don't get me wrong, but it has problems, and the circumstances of not getting a real third Captain America still piss me off. So, that's fine. Ooh, this one's going to cause people to get mad, because this is many people's favorite Avengers film, favorite Marvel film from what I've seen. I won't argue for anybody that's on there. I think this is top 10. With impact and cultural stuff, zeitgeist and all that, but again, fine. 11, Volume 2. I don't like this film, so I'm going to move on before I piss people off. 10, Loki. Boy. I'm conflicted on this one. Loki might be the most well-executed series that they've done on Disney Plus. Marvel and anything else. But it does have some shortcomings, and you can see that the second season was slapped together when it wasn't supposed to be a thing. It has some signs of that. But you know what? I'm fine with this placement. Top 10, sure. Ooh, people are going to be mad with this one. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Thor Ragnarok. I personally really like it. It's my favorite Thor film, but I get why it's here. Because this is the one that made Thor a character people like and want to follow. So, I get it. 8 is Iron Man 1. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't think anybody will. Anywhere you place it, unless it's in the bottom, fine. But I guess some people, even for me, like, you know, it's not my favorite, but I'm also not a big Iron Man fan from the comics or anything, so fine. 7. Ooh, No Way Home. Well, I guess that disqualifies that be number 2, so now I'm completely confused. Endgame's got to be number 1 now. Black Panther's going to be number 2. I'm calling it. No Way Home is a great film. I talked about the cameos in Deadpool and Wolverine, and somebody's going to bring it up. Well, you're okay with these cameos in this film, but not the ones in Deadpool and Wolverine. Because here, both Spider-Men share a lot of screen time, and they are integral to the entire plot. And also here, they work to a degree where Deadpool and Wolverine is just about getting those characters there to get the shock value. Here, they're so much more important, and the villains as well. Every cameo in this film is not a cameo, it's an actual role. That's the difference. And this film is perfection. Ooh, I forgot this actually counts. You know what? Yeah. Yep. Nothing. I'm not going to argue this. If anybody has this on their top 10, no argument. A given. To me, this is the best film Marvel's ever made. Like, as a film on a technical level, if you were to just grade on a technical design level, sound design, acting, action, script, all that, this is, in my opinion, the best Marvel film for all that. Like a 10 out of 10. Now, again, what the film gets as a score when you combine it all and the plot and everything, I don't want to get into that because, again, I don't do numbers, but it's rather high. WandaVision. People know I'm not a fan of this, but, again, nothing. I think the series is good. The visual style is great. Nobody here watching this can tell me what the name of the villain is. Can you? It's either Hatham or Hemingway. A lot of this series and why people love it, I've realized is because it was the mystery every week. Is it Mephisto? Is it Mephisto? Is it going to be Mr. Fantastic? Is it Doctor Doom? Is it Magneto? And once you remove all that, once you know where the series ends, I think if you rewatch it, it doesn't hold up as well. Because I have rewatched it since I got the 4K. It's still good. Top 5, I don't feel that. But again, it's their opinion. That's cool. Okay, 3 is Guardians 1. Fine. That means I was right on number 1 and 2. Guardians. Remember when this is the film that's going to kill the MCU? Nobody's ever going to watch anything again? How'd that work out? Yup. Again, I recently made a video talking about the 2 best comic book films of all time. Was that also Variety? And they gave it to Black Panther and The Dark Knight. They were in like the top 100 films of all time. Black Panther and The Dark Knight were in there. Some people, actually a lot of people agree with me. Neither of those films should be in there. Some people were rather mad. Guys, I love Black Panther. I love The Dark Knight. Again, if you follow me on social media, TikTok and whatever, you've seen my extensive Dark Knight collection. Like, I have a Dark Knight shrine, okay? Or Nolan Trilogy shrine, but the films get glazed too much and people overlook technical and real issues because of the tragic passing of the actors, and I don't think that that's fair. The films stand on their own without that, and people quickly overlook that. Black Panther 1 is a cultural, like, stone of pop culture and so much happening at once. It's a great film. Top 5, I do agree. But I think for that very reason of Chadwick passing, this one and Wakanda Forever get a little bump, just like The Dark Knight did, that I feel is too forced now. We shouldn't just give films passes because that happened. Again, I know some people are going to be mad with me, but that's how I feel. Sorry. You know, if a new Tony Hawk game was coming out and has a lot of issues, and it releases, and Tony Hawk tragically passes away, should we give that game a pass? You guys get what I'm saying? Like, I always, it's always weird for me. This was a given, like I said. If I didn't see it, it's going to be Endgame. And yeah, Black Panther Endgame. I'm not going to argue with this one. You really can't, right? You can't argue with this one. Like, how are you going to argue with it, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's a good. That's a huge list. I didn't even realize I had over 50 projects. But, man, this took me 30 minutes to get through. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's just my live reaction to this. I'm not going to argue against Endgame being number one for anybody. This was the culmination of 12 years, however long it was. 12 years in the making, 10 years to get out, or 11 to get out, technically. Whatever the case is, it's a masterpiece. It really is. It showed what they were able to pull off with on-the-fly planning and sometimes shifting when the wind hits, you know, just hard enough. So, I get it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I don't do these too often, if ever, but I wanted to just do a live reaction, record it, see what the list was. So, there we go. Now, go to the comments and get mad at me and them. Because opinions, right? Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.